Hello everyone, it's really good to see you here. So today we are going to solve a GFG problem which was common elements. So what we have given the three arrays which are sorted in order, and we have to find out all the elements that are common between all the three arrays. So this is the problem statement. So let's understand it. So we have given this array x, y and z, let's suppose. So we have to find all the common element that is present inside all the three vectors, and you can see that the array is sorted in order. So what we are going to do here is that we are going to use three pointer approach. So the first one is I, second one is j, and the third one is k. Now we have to consider something in mind. So whenever our value at I is equals to j and it equals to k, then we simply append it as our answer, right? And if this is not the case, then we have to check certain condition. That is, if our I value is less than j, so let's suppose I value is less than j, then we have to increment our ith pointer. So here you can see that I is less than j, that's why ith pointer got incremented, right? And if our so this is the first iteration, and the second iteration, like if our j value is less than the k value, then we increment our jth pointer. And if this all are not the case, then we just increment our k pointer. So you can see that in the second iteration what we got, that this condition, that is since this is ith value is greater than jth value, so we come to check this condition. Now this condition is also not satisfied, so we just increment our k counter. So now our k goes at this position. Now I at this, j at this, and k at this. So what we are going to do again is that, since now this condition is not satisfied, so j is basically less than k, so what we do, we apply this condition. So our j now comes at this position again. So in the next iteration what we check, that since our value at I is less than value at j, so we increment our ith counter. Now our I is at this position, j is at this position, but the value at k is not equal till this point. So what we do, we just check the second condition, that is if j is less than k. So this is not the possible case for this iteration, so we move on and apply this condition. So our k now points to this position. At this position all the values are 20, that's why we can append it as our answer. So these are some of the if else statement which we have to put in our code to make it work. So let's dive into the coding part of it. So these are the three pointers, I, j and k. I goes till n1, j goes till n2, and k goes till n3. And answer is a set which is used to not obtain duplicates. So we firstly check if our value at a of I is equals to b of j, and value at b of j is equals to c of k, then we simply insert it in our answer set and we increment all the counters. And if this is not the case, then we check a of I and b of j value. If a of I is less than b of j, then we increment ith counter. If b of j less than c of k, then increment jth counter. And if these all are not the case, then we simply increment our kth counter. And at the end what we have to do is we have to just form a vector of our given set which we have taken initially as answer, and we return this vector as our answer. So let's try to submit this out. So this is the approach to solve the problem, common elements. And if you want to access the code, then you can check the GitHub link given in the description. And this is it for this video. Thanks for watching.